I wanted to share a story with everybody, and hopefully my computer's not too loud because I've been uploading tomorrow's podcast episode for the last 5 hours. Internet's been super slow, so hopefully it's gonna hold on for us. This is that beard, I know. This is now my quarantine beard. But yeah, I wanted to share a story with you guys. I was recording a podcast episode over the weekend. It was actually, I was being interviewed, or it was like a group interview kind of thing. And a bunch of us Type 1s got on, a few parents of Type 1s, and it was an amazing group, amazing get-together. We had a great conversation surrounding current events, surrounding our past and stories from, early on diagnosis and all of that. And got to me, and I started chatting about how, I don't have any children with diabetes. I don't have children at all yet. And while I don't know what it's like to have a child with diabetes, my little sister was diagnosed. And I remember that day was scary. It was sad. It wrecked my reality, right? Like, I know what it's like to be diagnosed with diabetes, and I had experienced that before. And I remember I was living in a Christian fraternity at the time. I was in college, so I was away from home, and I got a call from my parents. They're bawling over the phone, and I knew something was wrong right off the bat. And anytime you hear your parents crying, it's not a good sign, right? So listen up and said, "What's going on?" And they explained how my younger sister was likely going to be diagnosed with Type 1 diabetes, and my whole body just shrunk. It's just like, I can't handle this. This is too much weight, right? Like, I wanted to just curl up and scream. I was angry at the world. I was sad for what she has to go through. And, she was still, I consider her young, because she got diagnosed around the same age group as I did, a little bit younger than I was. She was still in high school. And, I kept them on the phone, ran outside to my car, bolted home, all the way home that I was driving. It was about 25-minute drive, just bawling. I don't remember a time before that I had cried that hard in my life. And he got home, and it was instant connection. And keep in mind that my little sister and I, growing up, we did not get along very well. We did not have great connection. I was the oldest, she was the youngest. There was not a lot going on between us. But walking through that front door and making eye contact from across the room, across the living room, we knew, like, we had this connection to Type 1 diabetes now, and we both just broke down, started crying. We ran across the room and hugged each other. Gosh, it was, like I said, it was one of the most difficult times of my life. Being in that room, seeing her react to her new life. She knew what it was like. She knew that I had Type 1 diabetes, and she had seen me react and live, and she knows that it's possible to still live a full life, but that is a world-shattering diagnosis, as many of you well know. And it was really difficult for me. And in this interview that I was in over the weekend for a new podcast coming out, I explained how, I would much rather have taken 2 diagnoses of Type 1 diabetes myself than have my little sister have to go through what I was going through. And again, while it's not a death sentence, it's not the end of the world, it was still a very difficult thing for me to see her go through it and know what she was about to go through. And in that moment, I told you guys that, we connected instantly. And it was something that we never experienced before, but we almost became best friends like in a week. It was insane. But it was in that moment that I realized how important it was to have community. My family was extremely supportive. My parents, my sisters, my friends, they were all very supportive my entire time with Type 1 diabetes, and I knew that she had the same, or at least very similar support system as well, so she was going to be okay. But without community, how difficult that would have been. If she didn't have me, someone who's already gone through it, if she didn't have our parents or our other sisters to encourage her as she's going through this, how important it is to have community, to have support, to have people that love you and care about you, be there for you, let you know it is going to be okay, and they're going to be there for you. Massive difference, right? And I know that a lot of us have this amazing community online, the diabetic online community, and I didn't even know this existed for like the first 8 years of having type 1 diabetes. But once I did, I was like, holy cow, there are so many amazing people online. There's so many other amazing people doing so many cool things living with type 1 diabetes. And it was shocking to me. I didn't realize it existed, right? And over the years, getting to know the diabetic online community, getting to know other influencers, and getting to know how the whole system works, right? Where there's Diabetes Awareness Month. I didn't even know that was a thing. And you get to post about diabetes all month long. And there are a select few of us, right, who are like the quote unquote influencers that still post about diabetes all year round. And it's so much fun to connect with these people because A, they get it. That's the biggest thing, right? Like my sister understood that I understand diabetes. So her and I now connect. We're like best friends, right? And you connect with somebody else who has type 1 diabetes, instant connection, right? You find out that they're going through something similar to what you're going through. They understand the insulin, right? When you get too much insulin in your system, you go low, or not enough insulin, you go high. And it's just this math equation that you never quite get to escape. They get that. All of a sudden, you're best friends, right? They understand one of your greatest struggles in life, something that takes up so much of your time and energy. They get you, and because of that, you have this instant connection. It's absolutely incredible. And, over the years, my sister and I grew extremely close, and, now we talk diabetes on and off, and it's never the focal point of our relationship, right? We've expanded into how's it going with life? How's your job, right? Like, it's a deeper relationship now, but diabetes was definitely the kickstart. It was the spark that started our relationship and really brought us closer together. And while a lot of people, myself included, have seen diabetes as, a negative in life, I think that there are positives. There is a silver lining to every situation in life. And if you look hard enough, you can find it, right? Like I've grown closer to my sister because of this. I've grown closer to other people in the world that I never even knew existed because of this. I became a personal trainer and a nutritionist because of type 1 diabetes. I wanted a better understanding of what was going on, right? There is a silver lining, and it's up to us as individuals to find that silver lining for ourselves individually. We all will see different silver linings. You're not all going to become personal trainers and nutrition specialists, right? That's not in your path likely. But you will find some form of a silver lining, an opportunity that would not have been there if you were never diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in the first place. And I think it's part of my role to help you find the positive side of diabetes and the positive side of life, right? And positivity will not fix everything, but I think it's extremely important to seek out positive. As a child, I had a rough time finding the positives in life. I would always focus on the negatives, like hyper focus. When I was younger, I was diagnosed with depression, and I had some pretty rough moments in my childhood where I would have rather not continued on and grown up. And it was in those times where I did focus on the negative. And I remember clearly that my mom, every day she'd pick me up from school, as part of her routine to help me, was to ask me, Matt, what was one positive from your day? What's one good thing that happened? I want you to tell me one good thing from your day. And I would sit there just like, well, this bad thing happened, and that bad thing happened. Oh, and there were all these bad things. She's like, Matt, I need you to tell me one positive, one good thing. And I'd sit there and kind of, all right, I'll think, what's something good that happened? And half the time it was, well, I found this cool rock on the playground during recess, right? I was in 4th grade or whatever. I loved rocks. I thought rocks were the coolest thing ever. So I'd be like, all right, I guess I found a cool rock. And she's like, great, that's amazing. You found a cool rock, right? That's a positive. And over the years, she was able to help me reframe and restructure my brain, my neurological connections to seek out the positives in life. That was a difficult transition for me. But being able to find the positives in life, I guarantee you, will increase your overall quality of life. It'll help you find the positives, see life as better than you're seeing it now, especially if you're focusing on the negative, and improve your overall quality of life. So seek out the positives, guys. I know that type 1, it can suck, right? It's frustrating, it's difficult, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things to consider. blood sugars, insulin sensitivity, DKA, low blood sugar, complications, right? There's a lot of things going on. But I guarantee you that if you seek it out and you really think over it and you're open to the idea, that you will be able to find a positive in your type 1 diabetes. Now, I mentioned earlier that this community is an absolutely incredible and invaluable resource that we all need to survive and to thrive with diabetes. And I think it was about maybe 8 months ago that I sought to create the best single resource, community, tool, educational community for type 1 diabetics. And I ended up calling it the Warriors Tribe. This idea I had in my head that I wanted to create a single place where people could come together, people who were ready to find the positive in life, right? Not people who are only there to complain. I don't want someone who is going to be only negative in that group. It has to be somebody who is willing to seek out the positive. And I wanted to create a group of people like that, a group of people that are all like-minded, that want to take care of their diabetes. Maybe they're not there yet, right? Blood sugars might still suck. They might not know what's going on and not understand the pre-bolus and all that kind of fun stuff. But they're ready, they're open-minded to find the positive in life. And in that group, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but in that group, the Warriors Tribe, every Friday we have a post in that group. It's called the Win Thread. It's the Friday Win Thread. It's a hashtag win. And we list positive things that happened during that week. So every single week, we are retraining our brains to find the positives in life. And I think it's so fun because every week, on top of trying to retrain our brains, we also get to see the positives in everyone else's life. Whether it's, I increased my overall time in range by 8% in 1 week. That's one that happened last time. That was it's a real comment that's there right now. Increased 8% in 1 week. Incredible. Somebody else says, I was able to start reading a book again, right? Or it could be, I started exercising again, even though I'm scared of low blood sugars. Like, there's so many different ways to view a positive in your life, right? To find a win. It doesn't have to be diabetes related, bonus points if it is, but I think that's such a key component of that group, being able to come together and share our wins, share our positive moments. Anyways, I mentioned I got ahead of myself, but the Warriors Tribe, I started about 8 months ago and had a group of beta testers come through it, and it gave me a bunch of feedback, and I said, okay, how can we make this better? How can we make this even more incredible? And they gave me some feedback and implemented the feedback over time. Had another group come through, said, all right, here's what it is, here's everything that's included. What do you guys think is your favorite part and what could be included in the next group's thing? And every time after time after time, everyone said that their favorite part was the positive community of type 1 diabetics. And I was like, that's what we all need. We need positivity surrounding type 1 diabetes. That is so incredibly important for our success with this disease. If we fall into negative thoughts and just circle down into negativity, it's going to be really hard to climb out of that. I can guarantee you that from personal experience. That's tough. But finding positivity in others, like-minded, that are all living with type 1 diabetes in a community, that is where the gold mine is. Now, on top of the community aspect, they also told me a few little nuggets I could add in there, and I did. We added in workouts that were blood sugar friendly. We added in some recipes and nutritional knowledge, and it became a really fun spot to hang out and share knowledge, right? And then I ended up going in the group myself. I go in there once a week. We do live Q&As and I get to answer questions that way. We recently brought on another coach who specializes in nutrition even more so than I do, and she is a rock star. It's absolutely incredible watching her training sessions. And then the most recent addition that we had is that now once a month I bring in experts and I interview them live in front of the community of the Warriors Tribe. And after the interview, which the interviews become podcasts, but after the interview, we have a secret Q&A session where everyone in the Facebook group gets to ask the experts directly their questions. So whether it's nutrition, whether it's bolus or basal, maybe it's a mindset thing. This last week we had somebody who I cannot wait to share with you guys. It's going live tomorrow. But all that stuff got packaged into the Warriors Tribe, and I am confident that it is well on its way to becoming the single most beneficial resource for type 1 diabetics within the realm of community and positivity, but also for learning and implementing what we need to do to control our blood sugars, but also to control our mindset, right? That's the power. That's how we're all going to pull through this thing. So, one thing I wanted to share with you guys is that this morning, actually, we opened the doors again to the Warriors Tribe. They're usually closed, and in the past I had closed them off for 6 months at a time and left them closed because I wanted to get feedback and let people help me make it even more impressive, right? To make it more addicting, because it's just it's impossible to really do this on our own. I tried doing it for so long. Anyways, doors are usually closed for 6 months. We decided to reopen it because there's a lot going on. I want people to have the opportunity to join in our family, into our tribe, gain this positive look at diabetes, while also gaining the tools and the resources necessary to get a grip on their nutrition, on their fitness, on their mindset, get access to the experts that I bring in, get access to me and our other coach, right? All that stuff. I wanted to make sure that for this week, everyone had the opportunity to get in. I know we had a few people on our wait list that were, just begging for that opportunity, but I had to stick by my rules and wait until we had an opportunity to open it up again. But this morning we reopened it, and I have yet to send out the email. Internet's been super slow today, but we're sending out the email to our list as well. So everybody who's on our newsletter list is going to get an invite. But I wanted to make sure we got it out in social media as well, because it's very important to get this positive outlook on type 1 diabetes and to be involved in a community of action takers, a community of like-minded individuals that will not drag you down, but rather lift you up. And that is what the Warriors Tribe was built for. So I want to invite you, give you the opportunity to join our family, join our tribe of warriors. And if you are interested in finding out more information about that, seeing what it's all about, see what's going on inside of our family of warriors, then you can head over to thewarriorstribe.com. That's it, super easy link, right? thewarriorstribe.com. And there's a little video of me. I don't have a beard in that one. It's me, clean shaven, just chatting about my initial vision for what this community is supposed to look like. And I want you guys to go have a look at that. And then next to the video, you'll see the whole list of everything that's included. So head over to thewarriorstribe.com. There's an amazing list of things over there. And I hope that you guys are going to join us in there and make it even stronger, because I know we have an incredible community here. And I want to make sure that you guys got that invite, because we need more people like you in that group, and we need that group to grow to be the strongest single spot for type 1s to go, so we can have that centered, where I bring the experts to you, I bring the training and the coaching to you, the resources, and you uplift each other. And the comment threads are incredible too. Someone will post a question or something they're struggling with, and then boom, 3-4 comments pop up right away with support and encouragement. It's absolutely incredible. And it makes me thankful and a little bit emotional when I think back to my sister, right? I think back to, I think back to that day that she was diagnosed. It was a really difficult time for me, obviously for her, but it was a difficult time for me. Back in the day when I did, I drove back from college to my parents' house where my sister was staying at the time, and I wish that we knew about the community that existed at that moment. I wish we had people that we could have used as role models in that moment. Now, we were both strong. We both remain strong to this day, but having that kind of community right off the bat, that can't be beat. That is easily the most valuable resource any type 1 diabetic can get. And that's why I want to bring the Warriors Tribe to the top of every diabetic's list, right? I want this thing to be shouted from hospital rooftops. Doctors saying, I'm so sorry you have type 1 diabetes, but guess what? There's this awesome community that's going to show you what's possible with type 1 diabetes. Your life doesn't end here. You can still eat great food. You can still exercise and become an Olympian. You can achieve so many great things. And all of that is possible through type 1 diabetes. And they're going to show you how to do it. That's what I envision. And that's what it's becoming. So, One more time, I want to invite you guys, give you the opportunity to check it out. See if the Warriors Tribe is right for you. If you are going to bring nothing but negativity into that group, do not join. I do not want to fill that group with negativity only. However, there are still posts where people are like, man, I'm struggling today. I've been stuck at 300, right? And we support them with positivity. That's the key. We can complain because we all get it, right? We all understand the rough days, but you can't get stuck in that negativity. That's where we start getting complacent and life gets a lot more difficult than it needs to be. So, first off, I want to encourage you guys, grab a hold of the community you have, okay? Second, find a way to see type 1 diabetes in a positive light. I don't care how big or how small, how life-changing or not, find a way to see type 1 diabetes in a positive light. I guarantee it will shift your perspective. I guarantee it will change your life. And it's going to make type 1 a heck of a lot easier to handle as well. So before I jump off, I want to just kind of scroll through here. I haven't looked at the comments at all yet. Kind of got deep in that story, but I felt it was necessary for me to share that with you guys. There's a lot going on in the world around us, and I think that the more negativity we spread, the more difficult it's going to get. Got some comments. Type 1, baby? Yeah. Hi, Type 1. Yes, I am Type 1 as well. Got some thumbs up. When were you diagnosed? I was diagnosed when I was 19 years old. It was December 23rd, 2009. So, yeah, that was a bummer. It was like right before Christmas. That was one of the worst months of my life also. It was horrendous. All the other events that went down as well. Your post always brings good vibes on my bad days. Thank you. Thank you so much. And that's honestly one of my biggest goals here is to educate, empower, and bring positive lights, right? Like, I'm not saying that if you find the positive, life's going to be all hunky-dory, it's going to be great, right? But try to find the positive. Be open to it, right? It's not going to fix everything. If you're at 300 and you're like, I'm going to choose to be happy. No, that's not going to fix it, right? It's still going to suck. You're still going to feel sick. But if you're able to go, whew, man, I am upset, but I'm going to choose to make the best of the situation, or I'm going to choose to turn this around. It doesn't have to mean that you're putting a smile on all the time, because you're not always going to be happy, are you? It's impossible. You can't possibly be happy 24/7. But what you can do is accept the emotion, experience it momentarily, let it go, and then take whatever actions you need to. If you're at 300, get frustrated, let it go, take some insulin. I know it's sometimes a bit more complicated than that, but it really can be that simple sometimes. Let's see what else we got in here. This is absolutely true. Thank you, thank you. All right. Got some other questions, comments. Way to turn a negative time into something positive. Thank you. Can I join for the workout Saturday? Heck yeah. I didn't know if we were going to do it, but on the last workout that we did, we got a lot of requests to do it weekly, so I think we are going to make it a weekly occurrence. Live workouts with me. Some thumbs up. Please, can you ask Ali to talk about diabetic in Arabic, please? I don't know if he speaks Arabic, but I will ask him. Got a what's up? Hello. How accurate is the readings on the Freestyle Libre to a blood meter? I've actually never used the Freestyle Libre, unfortunately. I've been on Dexcom. Got that one right there, which is not where it's approved, I know, but I'm a rule breaker. Kind of a renegade. So, yeah, I mean, I've heard it's fine, right? They're approved for use, so I'm sure it's good to go. All right, guys, I think that's the end of the comment section. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and download this and put it on YouTube in case anybody wants to rewatch it. If you missed the beginning, actually, you can just rewatch it on Instagram too. So, anyways, find some positivity in your day. It's we got my date is 12/24. This is so important. Like CBT changed my life and views. I don't know what CBT is, but I love the diagnosis date. Christmas Eve, man. Yeah, mine was Christmas Eve. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Please check out the Warriors Tribe. I know that a lot of you belong in there, and a lot of you will find immense value, whether for your mindset or for your diabetes management, or even for your community. We got a few diabesties that have made friends in there, which is super fun to watch. What's up, Maddie?
Yeah, so anyways, guys, find the positive in your life, and especially as it relates to type 1. I guarantee you that you can find a positive specifically related to type 1 diabetes. I guarantee you it will improve your outlook on life and your overall perspective of type 1. You'll no longer see it as this drain on your life, but rather as something that you can actually deal with, and it's going to be okay, right? All right, guys. Can I send the link? So the links are always going to be in my bio. Great question. So the link to check out the Warriors Tribe, right? Which, by the way, is only open for this week. So I highly recommend you guys jump in there ASAP. Plus a little surprise. But the link's going to be in our bio, or you can go to thewarriorstribe.com and check it out. Matt says, listen to the man, he knows what he's talking about. Thanks, Matt. Of course, all the Matts know what they're talking about, right? All right, guys, be positive, but understand that sometimes life sucks too. So you guys got this. I know you do. You're all warriors in my heart. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the Warriors Tribe as well. So go check out thewarriorstribe.com or check out the link in our bio, and I will see you guys in there. Have an awesome day. Stay positive and keep up the fight.